had a very disturbing report come into my Discord DMs from one of you, the viewers, recently regarding a bot farm in Hets Oasis. And I did some investigating on one of my alts. I went undercover and tried to scout Hets Oasis across a number of worlds to try and learn, are bots farming Hets Oasis? Why are they farming it? And, what can we, the average RuneScape player, do about it? Myself as a content creator, I feel I have a responsibility to try and report on these things in a journalistic sense when they are brought to my attention. And I hope that you find this video informative. We need to set the stage as to why Hets Oasis is being botted. What's the benefit to bots and real-world traders to actually targeting Hets Oasis? Well, it comes down to the farming training method and a very particular item that they can acquire there. When you're training farming at Hets Oasis, it's very AFK. You just click on a bush and you sit there until you finish harvesting a number of flowers from bushes around the oasis. The bushes don't move. You don't need to click on them more than once every few minutes. With the recent extensions to the AFK timer, this is even easier than it was before. I can guess and say that you could probably set up an auto hotkey script to do this. Obviously, it's very much so against the game rules, and it's going to be detected pretty quickly by the game's software. However, there's a very low bar to entry for botting this particular spot. And bots are botting the roses at Hets Oasis, to be specific. Now, whenever you are farming at Hets Oasis, there is a chance that you will find a golden rose, no matter what flower you're harvesting. Or it can be converted into penance powder through harvesting the scarabs, and we won't get into too many details. But the point is, golden roses are an RNG-based item that can be acquired through farming at Hets Oasis. Takes a fair amount of time to get one, and they're fairly valuable. I mean, if we run over to the Grand Exchange and check the most recent price for them, we can see that it's going to instant buy for quite a bit. 394K. So it's likely that the price has gone down as a result of bots at Hets Oasis. Now, golden roses are then used to gather powder of penance, which is used in PVMing to help regenerate prayer passively. They've basically fulfilled an entire PVM supply chain for a large population of the game's PVMers. That's kind of terrifying. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think that's a bad thing. I think that skillers or low-level players that want to earn their own bonds, through a very easy AFK activity, should be the ones at Hets Oasis, being able to gather the flowers, being able to farm the scarabs, level up their skills in the process, and sell Powder of Penance to PVMers. Let's talk about what you can do as a player to have an impact. Right click, take 5-10 minutes out of your day, go to Hets Oasis, right click, examine the level 3s or level 7s that you see at the Rosebush, at the Scarabs. Try and determine, do they have 25, 26, 27, 30 construction? Okay. Do they have a high farming level? Is it at least level 30? Do they have any other skills? Are they wielding the bronze dagger? Do they meet the criteria, the kind of template for a bot that we've seen in this video? Does their name look like one that was chosen using the randomly generate a username button when the account was created? Numbers, a word, numbers at the end. Right click them, click next, report for macro and botting. You don't have to select a chat message in RuneScape 3 to report someone. You just need to click the next button and it will automatically populate their name. You can report 5, 10 bots a day and it will only take a couple minutes of your time. And it could have an impact in the long run as well. It will raise awareness to Jagex's customer support team and they were more likely to investigate these accounts. Now, I do know that sometimes people will AFK this activity on alts, legitimate accounts. They're not botting. That's okay. They're not going to be banned for botting if they're not botting. Jagex will takes a save of the account of what's happening. They capture all of the actions that's being run on that client. When it's reported, if they detect that the movement, that the action, that the repetition of clicking is a bot, they're going to take action. If it's a real player, with another account on a normal IP address, they're not going to get banned. So even if a false report comes in occasionally, I think it's better to report a number of legitimate bots. And then occasionally one player's legitimate alt gets reported, Jagex investigates and says, okay, it's not a bot, whatever. It's better for you to do this in mass, in my opinion, to help clear up this mess on RuneScape 3 than to not. Let me know what you think in the comments below.